Have you ever heard a song with a nasty growl like this? Today I'm going to show you how to make this insane pig growl bass sound in Serum. It's easy, let me show you. We're going to start by heading over to oscillator A and setting it to PWM Genji from the analog category. PWM stands for pulse width modulation. Now turn your wavetable position up to around 115 and set this knob to frequency modulation from B and set that to around 35%. We're going to modulate that parameter with LFO1 and we want that LFO blue line to be around -5. We're going to come back to LFO1 later to do some stuff, but for now we're going to move on. Now head over to oscillator B. Turn it on, and since we're just using this to modulate the frequency of oscillator A, you can turn the level down to 0. Set oscillator B to PWM mini, and turn the wavetable position up all the way to give it some grime. Yeah, like that. Now turn oscillator B up
4 octaves,
and then up 12 semitones.
Isn't that just 5 octaves?
Shut up! Now we're gonna head over to the filter. Set your filter to BP12. Now we want to modulate our cutoff with LFO1, but first we need to change LFO1 a little bit. Set it to trig mode, and then make the shape kind of look like this. Now go ahead and drag LFO1 onto the cutoff and set the blue line to around 56. Turn up resonance to add some presence. Turn up the frequency to around 80%, and we want that modulated with LFO1 too. Set it to around -21 so the knob turns backwards with each pass of the LFO1. Now we're going to head over to effects and turn on filter. Now we want this effect to be at the top of the chain so it's applied before everything else. Go to miscellaneous and select reverb. Turn cutoff to around 155 Hertz. We're going to modulate that with LFO1. We want that knob to modulate down a little bit, so set that blue line to -5. Then just bump up resonance like we did before. Now turn on distortion and turn that drive up. Then phaser, drop the rate, depth, and frequency. We do this in a lot of sounds. What this does is kind of emulates like a guitar amp. Makes it sound sick. Next, turn on hyper dimension. Make sure it's after your distortion and phaser in the chain. We want the sound to already be distorted when it gets hypered and dimensioned? I don't know. Turn the hyper mix down to around 35%. Turn down the dimension size real low and dimension mix up to around 35% too. Now turn on a compressor and throw on multiband. Maybe crank that gain a little bit too for meat purposes. And finally, just add an EQ. Set both of your shapes to this middle peak shape. Let's drop your first frequency to around 105 Hertz and throw LFO1 on there. Set that blue line to 15. And then on the other frequency, throw LFO1 on and set that blue line around -12-ish. Gain both your frequencies up. Look at that. We're making the little peaks move towards each other because we're modulating the frequency positions up and down. Oh, and then just add a tiny bit of reverb. And that's it. Shit sounds like this. Nice. Go get this preset you just saw here for free, and you can get an insane amount of Serum presets with the Ultimate Serum Bundle. No pressure or anything, but like, go get it, you know what I mean? All this and more at rocketpoweredsound.com.